Welcome back to Let's Go Racing, and really happy to be joined by our PTHA Executive Director, Jeff Matty. And we had our election this week for our PTHA board and a new president. Tell us about it.
We did. The PTHA, we held our elections every 3 years, so this was an election year. Just like first and foremost, I'd like to thank all the candidates. We had a record turnout in terms of candidates. We had a 3-hour Meet the Candidates session, allowing our membership to get to know the candidates. And like I said, from start to finish, every candidate that was nominated did the entire process with professionalism, and I can't thank the enthusiasm that we have here at the PTHA. I'd like to welcome Robert Hutt, our new PTHA president. Like I said, it's going to be a new board also. We have a few new members. The trainer directors are going to be Scott Lake, John Service. New to the board this year will be Butch Reed. We have Kate DeMasi and Ed Coletti. Then our owner directors will be Jack Armstrong. New to the board will be John Julia and John Finelli. And we have Charles Asensio and myself. But we're looking forward. There's a lot of big tasks ahead, as many of you know, not only locally at parks, but regionally and even industry-wide. So I think the horsemen, they came out and voted, and the board and the president that was established and put together, we're looking forward to working with. And as always, we'll do what's best for the horsemen day in, day out here at parks.
Jeff, anybody that spends any time here at the track during the week knows Bob Hutt.
Absolutely.
I mean, he sits at the same table, Uptown Charlie Brown stud. What is he thinking about his job as president? What does he want?
You know, I think it's not much different than when I sat here a year ago. You know, he knows it's not a job, it's a responsibility. And I think with Bob being the owner, being a hands-on owner, a managing director of Uptown Charlie Brown Stud, standing a stallion in Pennsylvania, he has the connections to the Pennsylvania breeders. He has the horsemen being in the lounge there daily during race day. So I think it goes along with the theme that we've been working on a lot is the transparency, the communication, being able to represent our horsemen, and the best way we represent them is to get to know them. So my first year I took pride in really getting to know our horsemen, knowing their needs, knowing what they wanted, and I think Bob's just going to be an extension of that more so as our president. I'd like to take this moment to thank Sal DeBunda. Sal was instrumental with the PTHA. Sal was instrumental in racing. There's probably not a racetrack in this country that you could go to and they wouldn't know of Sal or his great stories, his great jokes. He'll be very much missed. He'll always be a friend of the PTHA, always be a personal friend of mine.
Absolutely.
I know he was a founder of this show. So
absolutely.
We're gonna. I tell everyone we treat this show like the Olympic torch, and we're gonna keep this burning bright for many years to come. And I think that's a testament to all the work that Sal did over his time. Like I said, over 20 years with one association. You're seeing nowadays with NFL quarterbacks, it's hard to step away. So Sal, I know we're always going to be here for you. We'll continue your legacy. We'll continue the previous board's legacy. But like I said, I could not be happier for the board that we have established under the leadership of Robert Hutt and myself. And let's take the Pennsylvania Derby 2023 and let's go back in the calendar to today, and everything we do will lead up to hopefully, like I said last year, the greatest day in Pennsylvania racing. I think we surpassed it this year, so 2023 even more so.
Yeah, all the best to Bob and obviously all the board members, and a special thanks to Sal from all of us at the show. And I mean, look, he's a friend. He's done a great job. Everybody knows he was here at the beginning when the slot was passed.
Smarty Jones, and he was here for all of it. We're probably not in the position we are today without the leadership of Sal DeBunda, without Mike Bolesi.
Yep.
This association was fortunate. I don't know if there's another horsemen's group in the country that could go their whole duration with having just one of those guys.
Right.
It's such an impact. We had two.
Yeah.
So we had, the Shaq and Kobe. We had them for so long that I think maybe we didn't quite realize it until now. We take this next step forward under the leadership of Bob, myself, and our crew, and it's going to be great. It's going to be exciting. Like I said, it's a new day for the PTHA, and I just want to thank our candidates. I would like to thank our horsemen. I'd like to thank our PTHA staff, and even you and Bruce. It's a team effort all around, and we couldn't be more excited. And I was just excited the other day for 2023 as I was for 2022. So the excitement's up, the communication's there, and onward and upward with the PTHA.
And also thanks to two of our outgoing directors, Phil Aristone and Dr. Steve Appel.
Again, no
great job on the board
discredit
for
to them.
all those years.
They've been on the board for many years. Phil's an icon, on the backstretch.
No doubt about it. Both in the Hall of Fame here.
Exactly, 2 Hall of Famers. Many of our younger horsemen, they reach out to Phil for questions. Phil's seen it all in his day. So Phil, he's not going anywhere. We'll still see Phil in the entry box, and Steve Appel coming up a couple big wins recently. So we'll see Steve in the winner's circle. But like I said, Sal, Steve, Phil, they'll continue to ever be friends of the PTHA and everyone here on this show and our staff.
Absolutely. And thank you. It's been a year for you, and you're back on the PTHA board. So we want to thank you for that. Thanks for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we're going